quotes. What is iron and clay? It's right in front of our faces now, and let's try to bang this out. I'm watching Bobby Brown's documentary. I love it. I love New Edition. I didn't know nothing about Bobby Brown before, except he was married to Whitney Houston. In the early 80s, I was more into Journey, Styx, Van Halen, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. I wasn't into boy bands like New Edition and hip-hop, and so much later. I'm a late bloomer because I got into dancing. And when you dance, you got to wear the clothes. Now, Bobby Brown. In this documentary about Bobby Brown, which is fascinating, but then you see this cultural critic. I don't remember his name. Now that I want to look up his name, now all of a sudden he's off the program, he was there every 5 seconds chiming in. I don't even think he's old enough to even be around, but he talks as though he was there during the beginning of Bobby Brown's career in the early 80s. I call bullshit. So what is iron and clay? But iron and clay is the final civilization before the end. Iron is a metal. Clay comes from plants-based. It's a plant-based, vegetation-based thing. It's from all the breakdown of rocks, vegetation, dead animals, everything decomposed and nicely composted and so on. It becomes clay. It's different than a metal, like the gold, silver, bronze, and iron in the vision of Daniel. Now, iron represented the Romans. The Romans were known for being good at stuff. Now, here's some Roman quotes by the Stoics, the best of the Romans. The Roman Empire was actually pretty damn good in terms of their ability to whatever. Now, clay is a vegetation-based It's not based on talent. So let me forget that. Let me speak to why is it in all these documentaries about people of our era from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, why does there suddenly chime in a cultural specialist? Who the hell are these cultural critics? I am a cultural critic because I say so. But these people chime in and they don't blend. They don't blend with the real talent of the origin story of our life, because they were raised and grew up in a time when there was no chance for anyone to be talented anyway. No, okay, I'm broad stroking here. I'm broad stroking, but that's okay. You can handle it. Think about how they were bringing in, at the turn of this century, one oldie plus a newie. Like, you know what I mean? You got an old star like Stevie Nicks, and then suddenly she's got someone young with her on stage. Now, they can't. How come these young people can't break through without riding on the coattails of an oldie? Come on. Ride on your own coattails. What, they got no coattails? They got to be kind of... They got to kind of chime in and, you know what I'm saying is this Bobby Brown documentary is now ruined because you watch it and then suddenly this young person starts telling me how it was, and they weren't there, but they know everything about the business side and the deep motivations. And I think the editor is king here, because if these guys knew that these little comments were being inserted, I don't know if they would have approved. Obviously, it's like Fred Astaire dancing with the Hoover. Are we going to have Fred Astaire dancing with the Hoover? That's the iron and clay. Michael Jackson even thought, what the hell's going to go on? When we're dead, we're going to be all dancing with the Hoover vacuum. After we're dead is nothing sacred. This is iron and clay. This is what is meant. It's the strong and the weak. It's wooden ships. It is iron ships and wooden men, or wooden ships and iron men. What do you want?